Howdy all, and welcome back to our video series of the playthrough of Conan Exiles. This is part 18, and I have, since the last episode, taken Dykus the Sharp here, let's get out of that view, around to level him up. He's now at a level 6. And I've also taken Zweiga, the ridiculously high hit point bearer, tier 2 bearer, around, and Zweiga is now level 7. In the course of doing that, even though I turned my progression of how many hit points I gain way down, I went up from level 43 almost to 44, and now I'm level 45 almost to 46. That means that I have the knowledge. I reached the level where I could learn the knowledge, and I learned it, of how to make. Well, I haven't learned it yet. Well, let's learn it. The preservation box. So the preservation box allows you to store food pretty much permanently. It doesn't go bad at all. You basically build the box and then put ice in it. But you have to get ice, which is up in the frozen north, and you have to get black ice, which is a building material that is found up in the frozen north. And I do need to do that trip, but I decided I want to do an experiment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Dykus into the Skittering Cavern up there. And again, apologies for anybody who doesn't like spiders, but we're going to be fighting a lot of spiders. And see how Dykus performs against the end of all things, a tier 3 landscape boss giant spider. The reason I want to do that mainly, well, one is because it'll be a fun experiment, but two is to see what I get out of the chest, the legendary chest that's in that cave. This is one of the few locations in the game where there is still a legendary chest that is not inside a dungeon. I mean, it's kind of like a dungeon, but not really. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in there. And I just realized I'm going to need my torch. And Dykus is going to need all the buffs he can get. So we're going to feed him the cooked pork rinds, which gives him a +7 strength and a +7 grit. And then we're going to feed him salted pork, which gives a plus in strength weapon damage. Since he's following me and I have maxed out my authority, his hit points are now up to 2863, which actually isn't really that amazing. So this could be a particularly interesting test where I might wind up, basically killing him, although you don't really kill your followers anymore. I mean, you can, but you really have to make a terrible mistake. While I'm out here, I am going to go ahead and get Ichor off these guys. And apparently a human, too, there, I guess. Yeah. It used to be that, just like you, if your follower takes enough damage, you die. And that's it. You will respawn back at your base with nothing on you except the rags that you showed up in the game on. But your follower is done, is gone. Yeah, it's all over with for your follower. In the last update, they added a feature that they call down but not out. And basically, you've got 2 chances to revive your follower before they finally die for good on the 3rd time. Which is super handy. It's a great nod to gameplay. There are definitely people out there who think that it was, too big a move to make the game too easy. That's their opinion, and they're welcome to it. I like the fact that, I don't automatically lose somebody I spent a lot of time trying to get. I mean, not that I spent a lot of time trying to get Dicus. He just showed up in a tavern. If something happens, like I make a dumb move and I wind up getting surrounded and stuck against a wall like this, and I can't get out, or the game glitches, which happens, and I wind up, dying and losing my companion, my follower. I don't like that, and I'm glad that the game has made this change. All right, so let's get a torch. Let's come on in here. We got to fight our way through some, regular size big spiders. Like that one, who I could have sworn I was going to see coming and didn't. So, let's see, now I've gained, now I'm 46. I'm many levels higher than I should be when I should be going after that black ice. Oh, look at all these guys. So I will come back through here and get all of these. So I'm going to see how Dicus does, and then I'm going to take Dicus back and see how Zweiga does up against this giant spider. By heading back to the base, we'll leave this zone so it will reset, so the spider will respawn. And that's one of the reasons why I don't call this necessarily a dungeon, is because we're here. We got now a bunch of smaller spiders that we have to go through. Ooh, Dicus is now a level 7. Excellent. So, I think I have to pull one more, ideally. Who's over here somewhere? There he is. Come on after me so we don't get that big boy yet. And I'm going to let Dicus do all of the dirty work, because this is a test. I can contribute somewhat, but with that damage modifier that Dicus has, all right, Dicus is 100%. You hear the sound. Go get him. All right, this could take a long time. Oh, look, I didn't get all of them. Don't come after me. Go after Dicus. All right, see if I can get this guy dead without attracting the attention of the big guy. There we go. Oh, not bad. All right, Dicus is only down 11%, and the end of all things, or the end of all hope, my bad, is down to, well, basically 50% at this point. And that is with just a perfected steel mace and, 1 damage modifier. I was a little worried that I might have to revive Dicus, that he might, take all kinds of damage. This is, I wouldn't say sad, but end of all hope is about to lose all hope. See, we're down to 5%, 2%, and dead. All right, now Dicus has a bunch of poisoning on him, so he will probably continue to drop. You see, he's down to 61 now, until the poison eventually disappears. So, landscape bosses have cool things on them. This helmet, legendary helmet, the Nemedian, is pretty cool because it's called Karmic, and basically what that does is, if you're wearing it, every time you, I think it's every time you take damage or you deal damage with your weapon, it actually repairs the weapon. It increases the or brings the durability back up to either 100% or whatever it was when you started. But you won't lose durability. Let's get rid of that, and get rid of that. Now, this other thing, I'll take them anyway, even though I'm going to wind up throwing them away. So these are Akbatanan throwing knives. You can't break those things down to get the star metal that is what's used to make legendary weapons. Anything that can be thrown that has multiple elements, like javelins or arrows, things you can shoot, or the throwing knives, or throwing hatchets, you can't break those down in your dismantling bench. So they're kind of useless. Usually I would just leave them here, but I'm going to take them just to show you, what they are. So now, if I start whacking on him, okay, you might have seen that pop up there. I got a skeleton key. I think I may have already taken on the giant croc at one point with one of the two of them, probably Zweiga. So I've got 2 skeleton keys right now. And back here, where the End of All Hope came out of, is a legendary chest. You can see the look of these. This is a legendary chest. They don't look exactly like the standard treasure chest, which looks like the kind of chest you can make. And I have the Grim. Nice. It's a nice set of poignards. Legendary poignards, so the health damage starts at 31, armor pen of 18, it has a bleed, and it has a feature called escalating. I'm not really sure what that is. I really want to grab all of this stuff here, but I don't want to take the time to do it. Well, you know what? I have the time, so I will grab some of it on the way out here. I guess I'll get everything that's down here. All of this gossamer is used to make silk. I use the silk to make the types of things that I want my characters to have their armor look like. So getting getting gossamer is, for me, a pretty important thing. It does have some other end game uses. Not end game, but, higher game uses. When you hit level 55 to 60, you can start making layered silk, which allows you to make certain kinds of much better legendary armor. So that's another reason to have lots of silk on hand. Alright, we'll go over here and get this, and then we'll basically just concentrate on getting the ichor off the spiders. And I would assume that, yeah, Dicus is all recovered 100%. So that was that easy. I doubt that I'm going to have the time to do this if I'm going to run this experiment with Zweiga as well. But at some point, either on one of these videos, or I might just do it off the video now that I've run this experiment, I will take the 2 of them to see how they fare against one of the tier 3 Scorpion bosses, the Scorpion Kings. Now, the Scorpion bosses, they hit harder than the spiders, and their poison is much worse. So they are, and their shells are a lot harder. So they don't take nearly as much damage. So I will see how Dicus will fare against one of those. There's actually one not that far away. Let's center this in the map. Right here in this big open space in the middle of the map, to the west of the summoning place. and almost directly to the east of the skittering cavern where we just were. This big opening spot. Right near the top of that, at the bottom of these cliffs, there's a Scorpion King. All right, I'm not going to make you watch me run all the way back to get Zweiga. That would be pretty silly. So I will cut it here, and I will see you in a bit when I have Zweiga. And we're back. You can see I now have Zweiga up here in the river right below the Skittering Cavern. So we need to go up there. Oh, and I have equipped myself with those poignards, with those legendary poignards. So we need to go up to take out the spiders that are out here, assuming there still are any. It looks like pretty much everybody except... those crocs have died. So once again, we'll gather some ichor. Interesting position. Nothing of any real interest there on that dead person. All right, and let's get the daggers back out. That's one of the nice things about the bleed of the daggers is they just die. And I'm about to get into the darkness of the cave where I think I have to go back to my steel sword. Yeah, so let's go sword and torch. All right. See if I can see this guy coming so I don't get whacked by him again. There we go. And then I think we've got, yeah, this one down here. We'll, or we can send Zweiga down to attack instead of picking things up one piece at a time. Some more right here. Yeah. Shooting your poison at my back. Jerk. Okay, and we're about to head down into the boss's chamber here. I'll trigger all of these other little guys. See if we can get both of these two. There he is. So now, once we kill this guy, all we have to deal with is good old end of all hope. All right, this is probably going to take a while. Zweiga has nothing like the melee damage modifier of Dicus, but let's give her all of the same benefits. And come on, buddy. All right. Let's see how long this takes. I am not even remotely worried about Dykus taking enough damage to matter. With my well-trained perk from having authority all the way up to 20 points, Dykus is at 108 and change. 109,000... 109... That doesn't look right. Yeah. So 109, 94 something thousand. It actually can't display the whole thing for some reason. Too many numbers. So she is only down 2% of that massive amount of health. And with the exact same weapon that Dykus has, again, End of All Hope is down below 50% already, down to below 30%. I thought this was going to take a lot longer than what Dykus did, and it's, maybe a little bit longer, but not by much. I'll wait to eat something, even though I got the your stomach hurts. Oh, and I've gained another level because of all the experience points you get from killing these things. Where's my... I don't have a food on me. Alright. Well, I'll take some of your grilled steak. I gave Dykus a ton of food. Oh, and my torch broke. I didn't bring a second torch. And I put all my branches away. Wow. I really screwed that one up. Oh, I need wood and plant fiber. I don't have either of those. Alright, folks. Well, I will quickly... I got another Nemedian helmet. Or the Nemedian. It's just the name of the helmet. And what are we getting from the chest? A spear. I'm not a spear guy. That gives me something that I can destroy. Alright, I am going to, since this is so dark, I'm just going to run out of here. I hate leaving this Ichor, but you guys can probably barely see anything that's around here. And like I said, I was dumb enough to not bring... I hate leaving all that stuff. Oh, there we go. You can see this because he's right in front of a torch. So I'll go ahead and grab that. And maybe even these guys, because you can almost see that. But I'll get out of this dark cave as fast as I can, so you guys can actually see a little bit of what's going on here. All right, it's only 20 minutes so far into, well, 22 or 3, into this, and into this video. Dykus is back, or Zvaiga is back up to 100% health. So let's go and run that experiment with Zvaiga and the Scorpion King. Now, let's see. I would need to go around this thing, and you can't really do it. So I'd have to go up through Flesh Terror Falls. I might as well. And then I'm going to wind up having to fight a whole bunch of rock noses along the way here. No point in wasting time. That's right, there's always 3 of them down here. Alright, here we are at Flesh Terror Falls. Normally I take my time picking my way through here, but Don't get them all. Lots of dead people. I'll take the free food. Always take free food. Alright. Did we get those guys up there? Did they come down? Yes. Right. So, we'll send you over after that archer, which will pull the other two that are right there. I think. Oh, there we go. Attack. Don't move. Right, what the heck are you hitting me with? Oh, a bearer 3. I'll take it. Oh. Helps if you actually hit them, dude. And is this person... Yes, that person got pulled. Alright, looks like I need to do a little healing. There we go. And I'm sure I'll heal up on the rest of the way. There is a chest here. I think you've seen me do this anyway. Flesh Terror Falls. Actually, I got a bearer. Why am I carrying all of this stuff? I won't give Zweiga the spear because if you give a follower a weapon, they're going to use that weapon. It's getting pretty late in the day here, too, so I guess I better get a move on. That being the case, now I should have brought my horse. I thought, oh, I don't need the horse. I'm just going to run up to the Skittering Cavern up the river a little bit. And as it turns out, yeah, I definitely could have used the horse. Oop. I guess I do need to go up this way. I'm going to run past all these rock noses. I mean, it is experience, but it's also now 25 minutes into this, and it's probably going to take quite a few minutes for Zweiga to take down the Scorpion King. Look at all these resources I'm just running past. Kind of makes me sick. And maybe I can grab them on the way back off camera. Is that Rocknose still following us? No. But here's a couple others. All right, let's see if we can... No, they got us. Because there's the Scorpion right there. I don't really want to mess with the rock noses. But, alright. Go ahead and whack the rock noses. Alright. Scorpion King. Alright, scorpions have an interesting... That's their worst attack. They whip that tail, and it does quite a bit of damage. That tail, at my level in my armor class, would probably knock me down to well below 50% health. But they also have, of course, their poison stinger. And it is a pretty potent poison. So it's hard to see against the sand. It's even hard to see against that, too. You can see, if you can see it, there's a little white text that's popping up where Zweiga is getting extra damage because of all of the poison. And you see how much less damage, or how slower it is for her to damage the Scorpion King because the very high armor rating, because of all of that exoskeleton. You know, at this point in the fight against End of All Hope was down by about 50%. And 70%, so down only 30% for the King Scorpion. But Zweiga is, if I can get in close enough without dying, 97%. Yeah. So basically still full health when your health is like 109,000. So it is going to take longer for this fight, a lot longer than it did for End of All Hope. Now, I could go in there and put some bleeds on the King Scorpion, which would speed things up a little bit, but this is a test. I want to see, completely unassisted, how long it takes and what the end result is for damage to Zweiga against one of the 3 skull scorpions, one of the King Scorpions. Now, there's a dungeon called the Ancient Silver Mine where there is a Queen Scorpion, and she's worse. Higher hit points, tougher armor class, hits harder, and that poison is even worse. Now, once you kill her, you can actually harvest poison glands off of her and make Scorpion Queen poison, which is really good poison. Now, if you want to put it on your daggers or on your arrows. This is one of the other advantages of daggers, too. If I thought to bring any kind of a poison, the dagger can apply bleed and poison if you have applied a poison to the daggers. Alright, we're down to 21%. Zweiga's only down to 94%. So, you know, this isn't exactly super efficient. But if I get off of any trips to going back again and again to End of All Hope, one of the top level maces, you know, Momentum or Aja's Bane, then this would go a lot faster. You know, those are legendary maces. Momentum is at least 100 points damage minimum. And Aja's Bane is lower than that. I think it's in the 70s or 80s. But it also has an executioner function, which means that when you get below a certain point of the target's hit points, it's just an instant kill. We're almost there. 1%. And that's it. And Zweiga is down to 91%. And has gone through all... oh, no, that was... that was this. Yeah, I'll take all of that. No, hasn't gone through all of her food yet. Alright, and it's turning dark. So I'm going to harvest all the goodies, including the skeleton key, off of that King Scorpion. And I think I will call this a video, because we're at about 35 minutes here. So I will see you folks in the next video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. If you have anything to say about what we did here, and anything or any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And please do subscribe to Nerd Caliber if you like this content or any of the other stuff that we post up. In the meantime, stay safe, be well, and bye bye.